What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for the recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9. This is the third part of the reunion. Y'all, they could have just... This should have been the first part, really. Anyways, let's get into it. I don't want to spend too much time with it. I'm going to have to move fast on this. A lot was discussed. First, let's start out with Bob. He is addressed for what he said to Sheree and Maui. Basically, Bob pretty much apologized. He pretty much said he was too scared to talk to his son and his daughter about what he has did to their mother. And a lot of people felt, including Sheree, she mainly felt he only felt bad about it because he got a lot of backlash. So they agreed to just be friends and try to co-parent. Next, we got Peter and Cynthia. Peter said that he wants all of Cynthia, not just some of her, because Andy kept trying to imply that they slept together when they was in Maui. Then Cynthia said she was asked about, I think Andy asked, was there one thing that made your marriage come to an end? And Cynthia was basically saying she felt resentment towards Peter for all the problems that they had. She said, they would get over one hurdle and then it would be something else. Peter ends up showing his ass. Mainly what I wanted to say with that is Peter does end up showing his ass. He ends up leaving, but I'm going to get off into that. What I wanted to say quickly on their divorce is Peter, there was some lost footage or something from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I saw how Peter was talking to her. And he was just treating her bad. And I just feel like if you really love the person that you with, you would treat them better. And I feel like Peter was not doing that. So it's really his fault that this relationship is over. I don't feel like they kept just going through hurdles. I believe it was just how he was treating her. He just should have been nicer and more understanding and stop trying to move to Charlotte. Fellas, if you want to make something work with your lady, you have to include her in your life, not move away from her. Stop talking tough knowing you don't mean that shit, because you may look like Peter. Anyway, Cynthia said that she didn't really know how to be married. And both Peter and Cynthia have admitted that they're dating other people. Next, we got Kandi. Andy asked about the situation with Block, and Kandi said Block has been consistent. He's still been reaching out to Riley. They had just hung out on the past weekend. And then Peter ends up interrupting Andy on Todd, because Andy asked where Porsha's Todd was. Why wasn't he at the reunion? Porsha explains that her and Todd are on pause right now, but she said the good news is he has gotten a job in D.C. And Peter is pretty much drunk and, just interrupting. I think he had interrupted Phaedra. No, not interrupted her, asked her, because Phaedra didn't want Porsha to get the baby nump, and then, she wanted Porsha to have the whole package, and then Peter is like, well, do you have the whole package? She was like, well, no, I'm divorced. He was like, yeah, you divorced, so, you ain't got it. And, just being rude. That damn Peter, I think he had some dark liquor that time, honey. So anyway, Peter walks off. He's drunk, I believe. And he says Porsha and Phaedra are full of shit, because that's pretty much who was talking. Next, Porsha gets called out for implying Shamea fucked Kandi and Todd. And then Porsha and Phaedra's friendship, it gets explored. They, show some footage of them hanging out. And then you got... on the footage, they show that Shamea warning Porsha about Phaedra. Then Kandi tried to say Phaedra was making fun of Porsha. So the main thing with that was they was trying to say, well, how y'all get so cool? Because Phaedra used to say little shit about Porsha. And like Phaedra said, everybody throws shade in the group. And it's very true. When these women are not really close friends, they really are shady with each other. So that's just what they do. Porsha said... she even threw shade at Phaedra because Phaedra said she had a small head and a small brain or some shit. And then Porsha said she thought Phaedra looked like Baby Bob. I thought that shit was so funny because I looked at Phaedra and she do fucking look like Baby Bob. Like, oh my God. Porsha, that was funny as shit, girl. That was funny. Next, Shamea said Phaedra is the funnest she's ever been, you know, since she has been hanging with Porsha. And Shamea said Phaedra and Porsha didn't talk every day. You know, she was kind of throwing little daggers at their friendship. And then Phaedra had came back at Shamea talking about well, they're talking about now. We do talk about, you know, we do talk every day. And so basically during this segment, they was just trying to tear apart, it seems like, Phaedra and Porsha's alliance, I should say. And it's like people are jealous of their relationship. Phaedra thinks the others basically are jealous of her and Porsha's relationship. And they are, you guys, because it's just like, why are y'all so bothered? Y'all shouldn't care why these two are cool. I think it makes people scared, though, that they stick together on everything. But that's how the fuck you should be with your friend. Phaedra and Shamea, they end up going back and forth. And then Porsha ends up crying because Shamea and Phaedra are arguing. So next we got Shamea, Kandi, and everyone. They, you know, keep saying that Porsha and Phaedra has this alliance. You know, even Cynthia said, well, I correct Kenya when she wrong. And it do seem like, you know, they take up for each other on every little thing. And it's just like, you need that on this show because the bitches, they come for you. So next you got Kandi and Porsha. They arguing about Porsha calling Kandi a lesbian. She did never say out of her mouth exactly that Kandi was a lesbian. She said she was in the closet or some shit. Yes, it is the same shit. I wish Porsha would have just said, hey, that's what I meant by it. That's what it was. Girl, just admit to that shit because they ain't gonna never let the shit go. And then Phaedra said that she had never called Kandi a lesbian because she was like, well, wouldn't you have to just sleep with women to be a lesbian? Yeah, that's if you just sleep with women, but it's bisexual if you sleeping with men and women. So technically, you know, they got off on a technicality on that. You know, so was they implying that Kandi was a lesbian? Yes, they did not say those exact words. So, you know, it is what it is. So next you got, they show the footage of Sheree being a bone collector. Then they show the footage of Phaedra saying Shamea was sleeping with everybody's husband. And then they showed more footage of Sheree saying that the girls was getting around each other, smiling and laughing, and she felt like they was being fake. And she just felt like that was being messy. And Sheree, I really hope that somebody does to you what you did to these women. I hope somebody tells all your secrets and runs back. I am completely against Sheree doing that. I think it's very backstabbing, disrespectful. You don't need to run back and tell them stuff because they gonna find out anyways. Let the shit happen naturally. Shit, it's been going on for years. Next, so they got Shamea, and then they have Sheree says that Phaedra throws behind the back shade, and I guess Phaedra disagrees with that. Next, you got the block situation comes up where Porsha says she didn't like Sheree's comments on being in and out of the bed with Block, and Porsha pretty much felt like Kandi implied that her and Block had sex. And she didn't really want that out there, even though it may be true. And I do feel like that is something with Kandi, where Kandi will reveal certain information to embarrass you, to put you on the spot. And then Kandi go try to say, oh, well, I felt like he was trying to check me. Bitch, you ain't have to tell all her business. That's why she start going in on your ass. Anyways, a viewer asks why Porsha takes up for Phaedra and not Shamea. And Shamea says she apologized to Shamea for not having her back all the time. Certain things on camera did look a certain way. She tries to apologize. Kenya jumps her ass in, stating that Porsha doesn't defend Shamea the way she does Phaedra, and they go back and forth. Porsha tells Kenya to shut the fuck up. Kenya says your anger management is not working. And Porsha says, you damn right, it ain't working right now. And then Andy gets on Kenya, stating she interrupted Portia's apology to Shamea. And then Kenya calls Porsha Elvis, even though Porsha is the best dressed in the damn room. Like, Porsha looks sharp, pretty. She looked better than you, Kenya, so what the fuck is you talking about? You know, you guys, they was just going back and forth. The shit was funny, but it's ignorant for Kenya to keep getting her ass involved in the shit. I'ma just say that. And anyway, they got Todd. He comes back out basically saying that Porsha and Kandi kissed. That ain't telling us nothing we don't know. They said it was more than one kiss, and then he implied that Porsha said that him and Kandi can go back to her room and they can all hook up. And then they also, during this segment, brought up Porsha's 10-year-old sermon, speaking out against homophobia. And it's like it was 10 years ago. Can people grow? Can people move on and be more open? Yes, they can. Even Phaedra said so. Okay, so then Porsha ends up saying that she's not attracted to Kandi. Kandi says that Porsha should have... Oh, child, I messed up on my handwriting. Kandi says that Porsha should have ate her out, and then Porsha was like, I could smell it, and from where I was standing, I didn't want that shit. Child, they go back and forth. Y'all both know that y'all will both fuck each other, so I ain't got time for that bullshit. And then, honey, the big conclusion of the whole motherfucker situation, it comes out that Phaedra said that Kandi and Todd wanted to drug Porsha. So everybody is shocked that Phaedra said that, and everybody feel Phaedra's lying. And at this point in the game, is Phaedra lying? Probably so. Do I give a fuck? No, I don't. This whole season was a shit show of lies and half-truths, and it's okay for Kandi and them to say shit and be all up in Phaedra's business, but when Kandi is hit back by Phaedra or Porsha, she wants to cry, get all in her feelings. I'm over it, you guys. I'm not on nobody's team, really, because it's all some bullshit. So, I'm about to watch, though, Nene on Watch What Happens Live. I want to see what she's saying about things. I heard she was very vocal. You will get something from me on what Nene feels about all of this, because y'all know Nene is my girl. So, I will catch y'all later. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. It is your girl, brand new, and I'm out.